So, very good morning students. In the previous class, we finished about a related to the one-dimensional head-on collision is finished. Now today, now we should discuss about a related to the two-dimension, that is elastic collision in two dimension. Then coming to the point is, suppose in two dimension, or which we can also call as the oblique collision. Therefore, see, let us consider a two bodies of masses m1 and m2 which are moving in the same straight line, so that there is a condition will be u1 greater than u2. You say u1 greater than u2 if they collides. See, after the collision, the two bodies they collides because of u1 greater than u2. Then before and after the collision, the two bodies are said to be in the same plane. If the two bodies are said to be in the same plane in the senses, we can call as the two-dimensional elastic collision. So, after the collision, one body m1 mass of a body moving with the speed is v1, and another body m2 mass of a speed v2 with moving with the speed is v2, and which making an angle theta 1 and theta 2 along the straight line. So, this momentum can be resolved into two components, that is m1 v1 cos theta 1 and another one m1 v1 sin theta 1, and here m2 v2 cos theta 2 and m2 v2 sin theta 2. Now here we have to write the collision. See, according to the law of conservation of linear momentum, sum of before collision momentum is equal to sum of after collision momentum. It is along a x axis, you say, because we are taking only this x, it represented as x, no? So, before collision momentum will be, you say m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to, after the collision there is a m1 v1 cos theta 1 and m2 v2 cos theta 2. You write here m1 v1 cos theta 1 plus m2 v2 cos theta 2 it is what? For the, because of it is related to the two-dimensional collision. In this case, there is a one case is given if u2 is 0, that is second body is at rest. Second body at rest in the senses, we can say m1 u1 is equal to m1 v1 cos theta 1 plus m2 v2 cos theta 2. This is after the collision it is. See, before the collision the second body is at rest. See, it is along a x-axis, and in the same way you take along a y-axis also. See, along a y-axis, if I take, see, of course before collision there is no y-axis, right? But after the collision there is a y-axis m1 v1 sin theta 1, and here bottom is m2 v2 sin theta 2 is there. So that you write here m1 v1 sin theta 1 minus m2 v2 sin theta 2 it is. See, in case of a momentum it is. See, before collision momentum is equal to after collision momentum. In the same way, let you write a kinetic energies also. See, kinetic energy in case of a two dimension, that is before collision energy is equal to after collision energy. Before collision will be half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square is equal to, see, after the collision that momentums are becomes, you write here m1 v1 sin theta 1, actually I mean to say m1 v1 square plus m2 v2 square, because it is v1 and v2 is there, no? Therefore you write here m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square, because it is m1 v1 and m2 v2. Suppose if second body at rest, so that you write here half m1 u1 square is equal to half m1 v1 square plus m2 v2 square. So this is related to the two-dimensional elastic collision. In case of a two-dimensional elastic collision, this is will be the oblique collision. We can also call two-dimensional elastic collision. It is there in our material, is given as the 4 marks question. I will show you the question. So the materials, in material, open your materials, work power energy. In that work power energy, there is a question related to the 4 marks. So it is given as oblique collision, right? Page number 127, question number 5. So it is given as like it is a 4 marks question. Clear? So you go through this. The question will be like this. Clear? Now let us. Coming to the next one. After this, let us about a coefficient of restitution. right here. So next one, coefficient of restitution. Coefficient of restitution, that is E. Coefficient of restitution E. Sir, what is coefficient of restitution? Of course, in the previous class also I will told you very clear about a coefficient of restitution. Simple. Small e is defined as, it is the ratio of the relative velocity separation after the collision to the relative velocity approach before the collision. That you write here, v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2. This is the coefficient of restitution. See, before, I mean to say the ratio of, it is the ratio of the relative velocity separation after the collision to the relative velocity approach before the collision is nothing but a coefficient of restitution. Of course, we know it is depends. Actually, coefficient of restitution is depends on mass of the colliding bodies and the velocities. It is depend on mass of the colliding bodies. Coefficient of restitution is depends on mass of the colliding bodies, mass of the colliding bodies, as well as it is depends on velocities. But it is independent on, you remember, it is independent on, it is nature, depend on, it is independent on, we can say depends on nature of the colliding bodies. Clear? And coming to the point is next one, here coefficient of restitution for the actually see here, that is E is equal to, simple, see, if E is equal to 0, which we can say it is inelastic collision. E is equal to 0 in elastic collision, and here E is equal to 1, it is for elastic collision. These are the values related to the elastic and inelastic collision, and here E lies between 0 to 1. See, for it is semi-elastic, we can call as semi-elastic, right? And here it is E value E2 V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2, and it is actually, I am sorry to say, it is independent on this, independent on mass of the body, and it is also independent on, we can say it is independent on velocities, but it is depend on nature of the colliding bodies, depends on nature of the colliding bodies, it is clear. So that E value is, for inelastic collision we can take as 0, and inelastic is 0, elastic is 1. For semi-elastic or for other elastic collisions we can say 0 to 1, it may be less. And you remember, it is a ratio of velocities, no? So that it has no units, and as well as it has no DMF, because it is the ratio of velocities, V2 minus V1 by U1 minus U2. It is the coefficient of restitution is defined as, very simple, the relative velocity separation after the collision to the relative velocity approach before the collision. We can say coefficient of restitution. And there is a one question is there, experimental verification of coefficient of restitution. Sir, what is experimental verification? That means you, suppose you take a one ball, right? The ball is dropped freely. It is an experimental verification now. Experimental verification of coefficient of restitution. Suppose you take a one ball, the ball is dropped freely onto the floor. Therefore, ball strikes the floor and it is rebounces. See, is it takes a one rebounds? No, it takes a more number rebounces if we are not taking the catch. So you say like that, if a ball, it is dropped freely onto the floor. Simple. When ball is dropped freely, so that it is moving with the speed is u1, it is a mass of the body, and second body, of course, it is at rest. See, when it is at rest, what happens after collision? Remember, after the collision, what happens? Here it is the body, second body, which is rises through a height. See, this is the body, it rises through it is falling from a height h1 and rises through a height is h2, and with speed is v1. After the collision, second body also at rest. Before and after the collision, the second body which is at a rest. So, the body falling from a height h1 and it is collides with the second body and rebounces through a height h2 with the speed is v1. Before and after the body, after the collision, second body at rest, it is a second, and this is a first body and it is also first body. But it is, of course, it is take a more number rebounces. We will see that after that we'll see the more number rebounces. Before that, here we have to get the before and after the collision, whatever the values are there, you substitute here. So that use this E is equal to V2 0 minus V1, it is rising through a height is H2, and here before collision it is falling with a speed is U1, and here second body at rest. E is equal to minus V1 by U1. This is the coefficient of restitution for this situation when ball is dropped freely or ball is falling from a height H1 onto the floor. The floor is at rest, and after collision, after collision, the ball is bounces through a height is some H2. Sir, what is V1 and U1 we have to get? By using a V square minus U square is equal to 2as. V square minus U square is equal to 2as. Of course, as you say, it is falling from an height H1, first one. For the falling freely, I am telling. So that S is equal to, you say H. Here the body actually falling freely, you know. In case this, it is falling freely, it is. You write here, freely falling. Because the body falling freely. And here falling freely, but it is coming with what velocity? V is equal to U1 you take. So it is under a gravity, no? Because the body moving or the body falling with a velocity U1. See, in case of a freely falling, you say U0. In this expression, you write as U1 square minus 0 square is equal to 2g H1. U1 is equal to root 2g H1. We can say like this. It is the value of U1 it is. So now we know U1 value 2g H1. What about it is a bouncing? See, it is a falling and now it is a rebounds. You take as a rebounds. So it is a through a height, it is reaches to the maximum height. At a maximum height, final velocity becomes 0. Magar, it is the body moving with velocity is V1 against the gravity, and through a height is you say H2. Very simple. Simple information. See, it is falling freely from a height H. For a freely falling, U0 you take. And it is coming from what height? H1 height. And it is falling with a what velocity? V is equal to, here you want to write, it is falling with velocity V. And it is rebounces with velocity U. And at a maximum height, final velocity becomes 0. You write information like this. And it is falling freely, you take as a U0 in this case. Very clear information, it is falling freely and it is falling with a velocity V. V is equal to U1 under a gravity, and actually it is coming from the height is H1. And it is rebounces to a height H2 against the gravity, and it is moving with the speed is V1, and it is falling freely, U is equal to 0. As it is, you write here V square minus U square is equal to 2as V 0 U V1 square minus 2g H2 minus V1 square is equal to minus 2g H2. You cancel. V1 square is equal to 2g H2. This is actually V1, but you remember this body, it is moving opposite to the original direction because it is falling towards the ground, but it is rebounces again opposite to the original direction. So here we can take a minus also, no problem. So now we know U1, V1, substitute here. Therefore, coefficient of restitution, it is an experimental verification. V1 is becomes minus of minus root 2g H2 by it is root 2g H1. So 2g cancel, minus will be cancelled. Therefore, H2 by, this is the experimental verification of coefficient of restitution. Experimental verification of coefficient of restitution. In case of a coefficient of restitution, experimental verification E is equal to root over H2 by H1. Once again, I will explain you. When ball is falling freely under a gravity and it is falling freely U onto the floor, floor is at rest. After the collision, also floor is at rest, but the ball rebounces with a speed is V1 through a height is H2, and it is falling from an height is H1, and it is falling under a gravity, freely fall in the sense is U0, but it is falling with a what velocity? U1, that is V is equal to, you say as V1, and rebounces through a height is H2, and with the speed is V1, that is U is equal to, you say V1, but at a maximum height final velocity becomes 0. This information as it is, you substitute in the V square minus U square is equal to 2as. Therefore, E is equal to root over H2 by H1. It is a coefficient of restitution, verification of coefficient of restitution by using this experiment. Therefore, E is equal to root over H2 by H1. You go through this, it is the question. On the basis of this question, there is one problem is there. Yeah. See, in the very short answers, this question was given. Look at here, very short answers. In a very short answers, you go through this. So the question will be, it is given like this, that is about a 125 page number. Question number will be 9. Question number will be 9. Clear? Yeah, question number will be 9. Look at, very simple question is given, that is on the basis of this. Yeah, I'll do it here because it is again it is required. So question number 9, page number 125, right? So that here the body falling freely from a certain height h. See, it is falling from an height h, that is h1 is equal to h you take. After striking a smooth floor, rebounds and h rises to h2, that is h2 is equal to h by 2. It rises to a height h by 2. What is the coefficient of restitution? Of course, when body falling from an height h1, h1 is given as h and rebounds through a height is h by 2, that is you say h by 2. Coefficient of restitution E is equal to root over h2, that is h by 2 by h. H is cancelled, so that 1 by root 2, E is equal to 1 by root 2. This is the value of coefficient of restitution. Of course, for coefficient of restitution there is no units and dimensions. E is equal to 1 by root 2 is the answer. Clear? It is for what? For a 1 rebounds. Sir, tell me, is it the body rebounds as to 1, is it rebounds as to 1 rebounds is it takes? No, it takes a n rebounds and it is rises through a height is like n rebounds is asking now the question. Find a question. In the question is given in our material is the question given. Look at here. So the page number 127, question number 6. Question number is 6. That is derive an expression for the height attended by a freely falling body after n rebounds. See, derive an expression for the height attended by a freely falling body after n rebounds. See, look at here. Very simple explanation I will tell you. For n rebounds is asking. For 2 rebounds E is equal to root over h2 by h1, of course. But now is asking what? For n rebounds is asking. No? So here I will show you like this. It is a 1 rebounds. So this you keep like this only. It is V is equal to 0 and again it is falling from the same height h2 and rebounds to a height is, we say, some h3. Gradually decreases, right? It is h3 and again it is fall from the h3 and rebounds through a h4. Again it is fall from the h4, same height, and rebounds to h5. Like this, after n rebounds is asking. The body falling from an h1, or you say h, this is you say h1, your wish, it is h1, and you say it is h2, your wish, h2, and it is h3, like it is h3, like it is h3, and it is h4, and so on it is. Now what is asking? After n rebounds, what is the maximum height attended by the ball? This is the question. So for this case, we can take like this, very simple. Again you say u2 is equal to 0, v2 is equal to 0, and rebounds and it is falling from an height like this, and it is coefficient of restitution E is equal to v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2. So E is equal to whatever we know the values minus v1 by u1, you say. This is about a what? Coefficient of restitution in case of a what? For a first falling. So you take a for freely falling. So for freely falling, again you find a v value which is falling with velocity, no? So for freely falling from an height h. So for freely falling body, see, for freely falling body, you say u is equal to 0. It is falling with a velocity like v1 is equal to v, and it is h. So v square minus u square is equal to 2as. In this, v is we can take as u1, right? You can take as a u is equal to v is equal to u1, you write, or else you want to write a as it is u1 only, no problem, or you write a v1 also, no problem. So it is v1, it is u falling freely, or u1 it is u1 square is equal to 2gh. So u1 square is equal to 2gh and u1 is equal to root 2gh. This is what it is when falling freely. As it is, you substitute here, you get an answer for freely falling. Now I am telling for a freely falling it is. So E is equal to minus v1. It is rebounding with a speed this, right? So root 2gh. So v1 is equal to minus E into root 2gh. See, this is the rebounding velocity because it is rebounds with the velocity is this. It is rebounds with velocities this. And coming to the point is, for a vertically projected body, again you write for vertically projected, it is moving with a speed this, no, so that you write here v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Actually the body moving with a speed, that is u is equal to, you say v1, that is equal to given as minus e into root over 2gh, and it is rebounds through a height is h1, s is equal to, you say h1, a is equal to minus g, and it is reaches to the maximum height, final velocity becomes 0, no, again you write here 0. Therefore 0 square minus u becomes, it is v1 square, you write minus 2gh1. See, for the first rebounds, how much it is rebounds, sir? Look at 0, that is minus v, you write here minus e root over 2gh whole square is equal to minus 2g into h1. So here just you write this value. Of course it is a square, square is becomes plus, and therefore minus minus is cancelled, e square into 2gh is equal to 2gh1. So 2g cancelled, h1 is equal to e square into h. See, this is for first rebound, very simple. It is for first rebound. H is nothing but a falling from a height. Very simple conclusion I will tell you. For first rebound, after first rebound we can also take like this directly. See, for the second rebound we can say like this. For a second rebound, for second rebounds, simple I will tell you. See, h2 is equal to, because it is falling from an height h1 and rebounds to height h2, no? Height h2, that's what, h2 is equal to, you say e square into h1 it is. Same thing, I will tell you, look at here. See, actually first rebound is h1, no? And it is falling from an height is h1 and rebounds to h2. So that is falling, this is falling. For this falling, rebounds height h1 is h in terms of h. h1 is equal to e square into h. Now the body falling from h1 and it is rebounds to h2, no? Therefore in this is you change as s2. h1 is s2, simple. E square as it is will come, and h instead of h, because it is coming from an height h1, no, you take as an h1. So that here h1 is nothing but a what? h2 is equal to e square into h. So h2 is equal to e power 4h. Suppose I would like to tell you next one. See, now the body rebounds to a height h2, no? Now it is falling from a height h2 and rebounds to h3. For the third rebound, look at, very simple. For third rebound, that is h3 is equal to, it is rebounds h3, height h3. Magar it is falling from where? h2, no? So that e square into h2. But already we know h2. Here you write h3 is equal to e square into e power 4 into h. So h3 is equal to e power 4 into h. Like I want to tell you fourth rebound, in similar h4 is equal to, look at, it rebounds to fourth, no? It rebounds to, now it is falling from a height is h3, right? It is falling from an height h3. So it is falling from an height h3 and it is rebounded to h4, no? Therefore h4 is nothing but e square into h3. Simple it is. So that here h4 is equal to e power 2 into e power 4 into h. So e power h4 is equal to e power 6 into h, and so on it is. Once you observe here, for first rebound it is e square, and the second rebound e power 4, third rebound you say e power 6 it is. 6 it is, and it is the fourth rebound 8, next rebound 10, next rebound 12, and so on it is. It's nothing but a what? It is the nothing but a what it is? For nth rebound. For nth rebound. So hn is equal to e power 2n into h. That's all. Multiply with 2 or multiply with 1. Suppose you want to take a first rebound, n you take as a 1. Therefore h1 is equal to e square 1. Suppose you want to say 2. Therefore you say it is e power 4 into h. And you want to say third rebound, 2 into 3. That is will get e power 6. You want to say fourth rebound, e power 8, fifth rebound 10, sixth rebound, like it is to be so on. So this is what it is actually about for n rebounds. For n rebounds, that is to be like this, the nth rebound. The height attended by the nth rebound, hn is equal to e power 2n into h. So this is an explanation related to what? For it is an n rebounds. It is an n rebounds, we can take like this. And in the same way, we have to find for the distance travelled for nth rebound. Clear? Coming to the point is, in this case again we have to find the distance also for n rebounds. So that I will continue in the next class, that I will show you the for the distance travelled in the nth rebound. So the continuation is there for the distance. So distance is, we can take the same situation, that distance is nothing but a total path covered by the body. The total we have to take. So that I will continue in the next class, distance is, so that you go through this derivation for nth rebound. Say for nth rebound, the height attended by the nth rebound is hn is equal to e power 2n into h. So we will continue in the next class. Thank you very much.